A girl was buried during the day, but at night, she climbed out of her own grave. Looking at the photo that had fallen to the ground, she couldn't believe she was dead until she saw that her hands were covered with corpse spots. Only then did she accept the reality of her death because corpse spots only appear on the dead. Terrified, she tried to scrub them off, but they wouldn't go away. Then something strange happened. Annie discovered her nails were starting to fall off. With a gentle tug, they came off easily, leaving her stunned because this was a clear sign she was indeed dead. Back home, she tried to eat something in an attempt to get her organs functioning again, but as soon as she swallowed, she immediately vomited everything back up. Clearly, her body was now rejecting food, leaving Annie completely devastated. She was now like a living dead person, unable to ever return to being a normal human. Just then, her mother slowly opened the door. Seeing her daughter, who was buried earlier in the day, standing in the house left her mother in disbelief. To avoid being seen as a monster by her parents, Annie quickly grabbed some clothes and ran out of the house. As she reached a bar, a daring idea sprang to mind. The dim lighting in the bar meant no one would notice the changes in her appearance. Soon, a stranger approached her. Seeing the bearded man, Annie felt no fear. Instead, she saw him as a piece of meat presented to her on a platter. They went to a secluded area, and while the man was off guard, Annie bit into his carotid artery. Despite his attempts to escape, it was too late. After satiating her hunger, the corpse spots on her body mysteriously disappeared, making her realize that to become normal again, she had to eat this way. Quickly, Annie returned home to change into clean clothes. Suddenly, the door opened. It was the nanny returning home with her father. Annie hid in fear. Noticing their intimate behavior, Annie instantly realized their relationship was not ordinary. Hunger struck again, and she targeted the nanny. Sneaking up, she attacked the nanny, and her father, arriving just in time, was horrified to see Annie crouched over the nanny, unaware of what she was doing. When he saw Annie's blood-stained face, he realized she had become a monster and retreated in fear. At that moment, the door burst open, and a hitman entered, firing several shots at Annie. Her father tried to intervene but was killed by the hitman. Realizing these people meant harm, Annie quickly hid behind the sofa. Seeing this was not a solution, she jumped out the window, but the hitman soon caught up from behind. This movie is called Don't Kill Me. If you like it, go check out the original film.